There is no doubting the impact that small businesses have on our lives. And there's nothing that gets me more excited than sitting down face to face with a business owner and helping to empower them to bring their vision to life. Because at the end of the day, business is the art of creating opportunity.
All right, so we are here in Houston, Texas at Lee & Associates with my good friend Mike Spears. As I told you guys, I'm constantly asked about, when business owners want to move into a new building, should they rent, should they buy? And for the sake of this conversation, we're going to assume they've already decided that they want to buy. And Mike has guided me through buying decisions in the past, and he's got some good tips that I think you guys are going to enjoy. What are those tips, Mike? What are the 3 things you always tell me whenever we're looking at property togetger?
Oh, thanks, Jason. I appreciate that. The main things that I think often people need to, on a higher level, need to be focused on, 1 is going to be functionality, 2 is financial, and 3 is going to be an exit strategy.
So function, finance, and exit. So write those 3 things down. We're going to dissect those a little bit as we dig deeper. So tell us, Mike, what does function mean? I mean, it sounds simple enough, right?
Yeah,
I just need to put people in there, I'm good to go, right?
Right. Well, everybody owns a different business, right? And your business performs different tasks, different services. The main thing is, does the facility work for you? Is it located in the right place of town with regards to where your customers are? So from a logistics standpoint, are you going to be spending a considerable amount of money shipping from one place to another? Does it have the amount of power that you need? Well, I forgot the size, obviously. Is it a big enough building for you? Does it have enough office for you? What are your plans for growth? Is the facility just going to work today, or is it something that is that you foresee your company growing over a period of time, and therefore you need to probably have some room there? People oftentimes miss this one. Does it have enough parking? And does it have enough parking to accommodate the growth?
Yeah,
I mean, if you're putting people in this place, they're going to have to park somewhere, especially in Houston, Texas, where we like to drive our cars here quite a bit.
So main thing is just making sure that from your staff to the products to the manufacturer, the delivery of the service that you have, that obviously the place works for you. And I'm sure most good brokers, if not, comment below, we'll get you in touch with Mike. But most good brokers are going to be able to guide you through that function process. The next step that you always talk about is finance.
Correct. Financials, and again, it seems it's pretty cut and dry there, but a few things in financial you want to be paying a close attention to. 1, can you afford it? Now, oftentimes people...
That's the one you normally ask me.
Yeah.
Jason, what are you thinking?
Right? Yeah. You want to have you do want to make sure you have your financial statements and stuff up to date. I wrote an article in the HBJ just recently that you want to get with your banker soon. Go ahead, and even if you have several years left on your lease and you're wanting to buy at the end of the term, go ahead and get with your banker early and start talking about what you need to do to shore up that financial statement to make sure getting rid of debt and things of that nature, and just get it ready, because you're going to need to have those documents together. I mean, you're going to have a certain amount of time to get that financing, and you want it to go as smoothly as possible. 2, with regard to financial, is am I getting a good price? Am I paying market or not market? You want to get with your broker on that. What is market? Now, you have to be comfortable paying market, because you are the market. But that said, it's paying attention to what this property is actually valued at, and where does it get its value. Oftentimes, the value may be coming from the dirt underneath it. So does it make sense for you to go out and spend a lot of money improving the property even further, when the reality is somebody that's going to buy it from you down the road is probably going to just tear it down?
And I think that's great, because that kind of segues into this last point, which is exit. And this is one that always got me. I never really thought about this, and as I got to know Mike better and he took me through this process, my eyes really opened up. So talk a little bit about exit.
I'm big on exit, and I think this is oftentimes, everybody pays attention to the first 2 and kind of stop. A lot of people stop there, but I think this is equally important, in some cases more important than the first 2 even, is going to be your exit strategy. You need to identify how you're going to get out of this property before you even get into it. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, first off, take a look at the area, look at your neighborhood. Who's there? What kind of companies have facilities in that area, or occupying there? Is there a draw to the area? Is there a reason that you'll see similar companies that all kind of congregate in there? Maybe proximity to certain resources, certain transportation means, maybe more to do with how they distribute their product and where various competitors are. So pay attention to that. 2, what kind of facility do they have? is your facility similar to theirs? Therefore, you want to make sure, because otherwise,
They might have to spend more
retrofitting,
money.
Yeah, it goes back to the financial
So
side.
then they
of
buy
it.
your building, they got to spend more money to get it back to where they
Right.
wanted. So
Absolutely. Is it, and I kind of mentioned this earlier too, is this an area being redeveloped, with a totally different use, like inside the Loop in Houston, where they are tearing down buildings and building townhomes there. You want to pay attention to that, because
Right.
you don't want to go out and spend a bunch of money expanding a facility when the reality is the person going to buy it from you or lease it from you is probably going to tear it down anyway. So,
Yeah.
and then you want to identify which kind of your break even, meaning what do I need to sell at down the road to break even when I'm comparing it to, say, leasing versus
Okay.
buying it, right?
Okay.
So, and oftentimes that number is considerably lower. Probably, oftentimes it's a way to psychologically make you feel better.
feel better about putting the money into
Right,
it.
you
Yeah.
get it. So,
Yeah.
and then what a retrofitting will need to occur for this to work for another facility or another group down the road. Which
Yeah.
I've identified.
And we talk a lot about, well, not a lot, but we did talk about the liability risk in renting versus buying. So if you're interested in that, you can go back on the video archive and check the video for that, where we talk with Mike on that topic. So remember, if you're looking to buy, it's these 3 tips are the top level things. Obviously, you need to find a good broker, but then you need to look at function, finance, and exit. I hope you guys enjoy this kind of stuff. Please comment below if you have additional questions. Obviously, give us a thumbs up and hit subscribe. Thank you guys so much for your support. Mike, appreciate it, man.
Thank you.